Good morning. Welcome to Food Manufacturing and the Exhibition Centre. My name is Mark Weymouth, company is Plus Automation, and we're the UK face of 3 technology leaders in sensing. If that doesn't tell you what we do, then our aim is to help people make sensors. And today I'm hoping to pick a few sensors to give you an idea of the cost savings available in food and beverage manufacturing. Why sensors? First of all, if you can't measure a process, you can't improve it. Somebody far more famous and influential than me said. And therefore, reliable sensors are essential for the effective production of automation. And let's not forget machine safety sensors. They keep your workforce safe and control otherwise unsafe processes. Looking at some of the sensors that can be of use for the food and beverage industry, I'm just going to pick a couple that give big cost savings. So the first one is a unique product invented by Contronex, which is a fully stainless steel inductive sensor that's wash down rated, but also incredibly robust. So in a normal environment, we demonstrate these by using them to hammer a nail into a piece of wood, and the sensor lasts. So we typically say the sensor will outlast the machine as long as a forklift truck doesn't meet it. These are IP69K rated, Ecolab approved, and phenomenal in washdown applications. A unique technology again from Contronex, which must be protected by some incredibly good patent lawyers, is ultraviolet transparent detection sensors. These are different from the normal red light based transparent sensors where you're looking for a thicker part of a clear object, maybe the front and back edges of a glass jar. The diagram in the top corner is trying to show a normal sensor getting a signal across a glass bowl. The ultraviolet sensor, because ultraviolet is blocked reliably by a transparent object, plastic or glass, is switched consistently across the object. This makes setup much easier, reduces the amount of changes between batches. So a phenomenal process improvement, particularly if you've got contamination like water or water droplets or large variety of packaging styles in your plant. Tiny little sensor, unique. We've never not had a customer order it who's had a sample. I will quickly mention smart sensors. So the technology exists now very affordably to construct your own sensor and customize it as you wish. And we're delighted to talk to people about that sort of technology and how they can program a sensor for their own application on their phone or their tablet. Finally, wrapping up on Contronex, I will say the biggest problem we have with customers is we have a very large suite of unusual and often unique sensors. So only when we talk to people about their application can we field the solutions from unique sensors. And there's some examples of other products here, high temperature resistant, metal enclosed RFID, for example. Okay, moving on to a different level of technology. We now have a Satron optical concentration sensor. This sensor looks into your process, say a milk cleaning line, and measures how much milk is in there. So unlike conductivity sensors, which just detect have you got detergent or haven't you got detergent, these sensors look in and measure the performance. So 50 times a second you've got an eye looking to monitor your process. I promised to talk about cost savings, so what does this save you? Well, if you're using a CIP line and you've got a pretty efficient modern CIP line, we expect to see a 15% saving using this sensor. If you're pushing product, perhaps ice cream, yogurt, the things that are hard to detect and high value, then we'd expect a 50% reduction in losses from using this sensor. Let's say it's £7,000. Payback is typically between 2 weeks and 3 months, depending on the product you're pushing. So an absolutely phenomenal product for the food and beverage filling or CIP processes. Satron also do a range of service valves, so you can remove transmitters from a live pressurized system. I included this slide because it's a bit niche, but next time you drink a Heineken anywhere in the world, you'll know that the quality was assured using a Satron valve. And finally, wrapping up, Machine safety. So some people think it's a burden, some people think it's a necessity, whatever, we think it's great. But I'm highlighting today a couple of solutions beyond the norm, which is an ATEX enclosed Zone 2 or Zone 22 light curtain solution, or IP69K waterproof light curtain enclosures. We also do external monitoring for, say, outside warehouse outside warehouse doors and long distances outside. That is a very quick summary of products that can save money within the food and beverage industry. We have a portfolio of around 10,000 sensors, and none of us want to hear about all 10,000. How do you speak to us about applications? Contact us at Plus Automation, and really we like understanding your application and then offering some sensors towards it, rather than telling you about every single sensor we have. Thank you very much. Enjoy the show.